Wesley Snipes' on-set behavior for the final Blade installment has left a permanent stain on the movie. Wesley Snipes made his triumphant return to the character Blade in Deadpool and Wolverine, and fans are loving it. The last time Snipes took up the role was in the final Blade movie, Blade Trinity, and that movie was riddled with on-set drama. Co-star Patton Oswalt spilled everything in his famous interview with Random Roles. Oswalt literally held nothing back when talking about Blade 3. He claimed that Snipes was crazy in a hilarious way, saying the actor wouldn't come out of his trailer, only come to set when it was time for close-ups, otherwise his stand-in was used. Allegedly, he asked the director to quit. After a disagreement with the director, he would only talk to him through post-it notes, signed Blade, everything, the whole 9 yards happened. Then there was the whole thing with Ryan Reynolds. Ryan is known for his improv, especially comedic improv. He was doing a little of that while working on the movie, and allegedly Snipes did not appreciate it. Snipes was method acting in that movie, and the character Blade is the definition of serious, so Ryan's jokes got old fast. It's very well known that Snipes was not Ryan's biggest fan. One of the most well-known stories to come from the set was the t-shirt incident. One day the extras were allowed to pick their own clothes for a shot, and the only black extra in the scene chose to wear a shirt that said garbage on the front. When Snipes got to set, he was very angry that they were making the only person of color wear a shirt that says garbage. He called the director out and then attempted to attack them. Should he have attacked the director without all the facts? No, but maybe someone shouldn't have let the garbage shirt slide. Snipes probably reacted that way because he's seen how the industry treated people of color. You can understand where he's coming from, even though he should not have done what he did. Seeing him back in Blade's shoes was a real treat though, and we know he has a pretty good sense of humor now since he let a joke about the Ryan feud stay in the movie. Blade says, "I don't like you." Deadpool responds, "You never did." Tom Hardy has brought the Marvel characters Venom and Eddie to life in their trilogy, and he is more similar to his character than one might think. Hardy might be a big star now, but everyone starts somewhere. One of his first big jobs was almost his last. He worked on The Reckoning with fellow future Marvel actor Paul Bettany. Before this, the only other major thing he did was the TV show Band of Brothers. The Reckoning proved that Hardy was a force to be reckoned with, and not just acting-wise. Apparently, the actor attacked his co-star Paul Bettany. It was rumored that he swung at him until Hardy confirmed that he actually just slapped him. This confirmation came from the oddest place possible, the May 2010 French edition of Premiere, in which Hardy was interviewed by French actor Vincent Cassel. Many people don't even know that this happened. There's actually very little information on the internet about this pretty major incident, so unfortunately we have almost no idea how it got to the point where Hardy started swinging. The interview just gives us crumbs of context. Hardy and Cassel worked on The Reckoning together too. Cassel asks Hardy if they're allowed to chat about the incident from that set, and Hardy reads like he is more than happy to talk about it. Cassel says, "So, would you advise someone who's shooting their first movie to take a swing at the lead actor because he's saying bad things about you?" The reply from Hardy is, "I didn't hit him, I slapped him, I didn't want to leave a mark on his face." From that, we can gather that Bettany was also being a piece of work on that set, speaking rudely enough for Hardy to not only come for him, but also think about the execution so that he could get revenge without hindering production. What could Paul have been saying? We will never know. It haunts me, it taunts me. Unfortunately, this is the first of many incidents that has had Hardy branded as difficult on set. Another pretty major Hardy Boy incident took place on the set of Lawless. This one involves Shia LaBeouf. Hardy says LaBeouf knocked him out. LaBeouf says Hardy barged into his trailer and tried to wrestle him. The director says that the two just got into a disagreement to the point where they had to be restrained. No matter what, they didn't get along. Hardy also didn't get along with a co-star on the movie Mad Max. In this case, it was Charlize Theron. Theron shared after the film's release that her and Hardy went at it on that set. This time around, both actors seem to own up to their actions. Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow is one of Marvel's greatest casting decisions ever, but she almost didn't make it to the screen. Speaking to Sci-Fi Movie Page in 2010, Johansson shared that the character's incredibly tight outfit caused her to have, in her words, a freakout moment. She had a general idea of the kind of outfit she'd be wearing after doing some research into what the character wears in the comics, but seeing it in person and actually wearing the clothes is a whole new ballgame. Luckily, she said the freakout only lasted about half a day and she was able to get back on the horse, focusing on her training so she not only looked good wearing the suit, but also believable fighting in it. Black Panther is regarded as one of Marvel's best movies, but the second film experienced way more on-set issues than anyone could have expected. The movie unfortunately lost lost the actor playing its title character, Marvel decided to work around this real-life tragedy rather than recast the role. So already, this movie was dealing with a lot, but then the lead actress for the film started causing problems and it wasn't looking good. Instead of replacing the actor, Chadwick Boseman, after he passed, the Black Panther writers worked it into the script and opted to put Letitia Wright's character, Shuri, at the heart of the movie. But then, during the pandemic, the actress shared a video to her socials that was spreading misinformations about aspects of the world in 2020, leading to her swiftly being criticized and borderline cancelled in social media. Eventually, the social media backlash actually got so bad, the actress deleted all her social media accounts. A fellow Marvel actor, Don Cheadle, also criticized the actress, calling the situation hot garbage. The Hollywood Reporter claimed that she was bringing some of her controversial opinions onto the set of Black Panther 2, but she later denied that online. The actress did end up causing a significant, unrelated delay in the film schedule when she was injured. Christian Bale joined the MCU for Thor: Love and Thunder, playing Gore. He's known for a variety of films and generally being one of the best actors in Hollywood. One on-set meltdown nearly destroyed his whole career though. It certainly had a negative effect on the reception to the movie when it was released. Let's set the scene. Bale is working on Terminator Salvation, or like T4. He is in the middle of a scene and the cinematographer walks into the background of the shot right across Bale's sightline. This literally causes Bale to explode. Audio of Bale's meltdown was released and it was quickly spread to every inch of the internet. It featured enough F-bombs Deadpool would blush and Bale would 100% get cancelled today. He called the cinematographer unprofessional multiple times, he threatened to quit, the whole 9 yards. The rant had more of an effect on the movie than it did Bale's career. People weren't pleased with how Bale treated the cinematographer, but for the most part it was just like the movie that flopped. People were already on the fence about T4, the rant only made people want to see it less. Bale went on to star in the final installment of the Dark Knight trilogy a few years later, and the on-set rant turned into a minor hiccup in the actor's journey and a fun fact that you would hear about in a video like this. Russell Crowe also joined the MCU for Thor: Love and Thunder in the role of Zeus. He certainly had the experience to portray the character. One of his most famous roles was Maximus in Gladiator. But just because Gladiator was some of his best work, it doesn't mean the process for that movie was smooth sailing. There were many factors on that set that led to the actor's outbursts. Most were centered around the script. The script wasn't finished by the time filming started, and many accounts claim that it was being actively written and modified as shooting went on. This caused all the problems one might expect, but it also had a surprisingly positive outcome. They were able to see what worked in real time and accommodate for it. Originally, the script was finished, but Crowe was not a fan of it, and he only liked 21 pages. The actor later said that he would often consider just getting on a plane and getting out of there. The actor has also gone on record saying that the energy surrounding what they were doing was very fractured. Thankfully, the director, Ridley Scott, was willing to work with Crowe and assured the actor that nothing would be put on camera if he wasn't 100% sure about it.